Welcome back, Shapers of the Future. It's just about reaching sundown now. In fact, I think it has. I'm out here on this cold day stroke night. I think it's -2. Not feeling it yet because I've just backpacked my way in here, which obviously warms the blood up a little bit. But the main objectives today is to record the night sky, because we've got crystal clear skies, I believe, and it should be a meteorite shower, and I'm hoping to catch a little bit of that on this GoPro with a time lapse. So without further ado, I am going to go and place this in the spot that I like while I can still see, to get tonight's shots. I also have got a bag of clay that I got which had a fossil in it, so there's another interesting story. I'll show you that later, and also what I do with this bit of pottery, I guess, and probably a few other things aside, but it's just an intro into what I'm going to be doing. So enjoy, relax, grab a cup of tea. Good morning. Bloomin' cold. Got my cup of coffee though, and the fires are blazing. It's somewhere around -3, I think, at the moment. When I got in the tent, it was fine, because I took the embers in with me, and I recorded the temperature inside the tent, and it was 30 degrees, which was gorgeous. Obviously that didn't last long. It only lasted about an hour or so, 30 degrees. And then the chill comes in, but thankfully by then I was well asleep. And I didn't really know much about it until this morning when I woke up, and it was pretty chilly. So all projects really have been put aside at the moment, because I'm just trying to feed the bloody fire to stay warm. Look, I've got my oil jar, lamp, which has been great, very useful, and just warming the air up as much as the light. But that's it really, just reporting in, and I'm going to try and get warm for a bit. Yeah, we definitely had a frost last night. My word. I also made a little smaller version. It's basically using one of these little glass bottles. I've got 6 of these for £1.50. Quite handy, it seems. This one's got washing up liquid in. This one's got my burning oil in, and it's got a socket set. The largest piece on the socket set and the smallest piece on the socket set actually clip onto this bottle, amazingly, without breaking it, and I don't think I could probably get that off even. It kind of clipped on almost with glass, which is kind of lucky really, I guess, but that's the way of it. But this is just a little small version. I can make it last an hour by reducing the wick size, but at this sort of wick size we're talking about 20 to 30 minutes. But a nice flame, and yeah, the top socket is acting as a collar, really, which is the term they use to hold the wick. Oh dear, so slow this morning. To keep the wick up, but also it's stopping the heat spreading to this glass bottle. I don't know how strong these glass bottles are, what temperatures they can take, but I know glass does break with heat quite easily. So that is sort of doing a double job really, by acting as a collar, but also dispersing the heat. With my other one, I made a clay collar, which seems to work brilliantly. It spreads that heat nice and evenly and doesn't get too hot, making this a reasonably safe way to do things. If I was to have that normally, it'd be in a tin or something, just to keep that oil there from spilling over. It'd make more of a mess than actually burn the place down, because this is lamp oil and it's not combustible. You can set light to it, but it takes a lot of temperature. So it's reasonably safe, but you know, always bear in mind with fire that it might not be reasonably safe. So yeah, caution, but success. The temperature gauge, I got this up to 300 last night by having it literally just there, and I reached 300. That was after about 4 hours of burning, and the oven temperature got to around 120, but that was only after, what, 4 hours burning. So to get this fully use out of this oven, I think you need a good 6 hours of heating all of this clay up, and then you've got the results, I think. I did have the second burner going last night, so I had 2 chimneys coming out here with 2 burners, chewing up lots of wood, so I couldn't really do many videos because I was on wood duty largely. And but yeah, it was kind of okay in here. This is just my kind of like shed lounge place. I've got the sleeping compartments next door, a little tent, which was rather comfortable last night. And yeah, this has got open sides. Oh, there's gaps at the sides, it's not totally sealed off at all. And we've got room for the chimney to let out its flames and things. So there is elements of cold coming in here. And actually the temperature in here at the moment is, don't know whether you can see that, but it's around 4 degrees. So it does take a long time to warm up this place. Last night I had it to about 12, which I was happy with, inside this tent. The other tent I got to 30, but that's because I took the heart out of the fire in a dog bowl, with lots and lots of protection underneath the dog bowl so it doesn't burn through. But yeah, that was incredibly warm. I just breathed on it a little bit now and again just to keep it alive while I was awake. Probably went out 10 minutes after I went to sleep, because it doesn't take long. If you stop blowing on the embers, they just die out quite quickly, no matter how many you got of them in a dog bowl. So I was just gently huffing and puffing on the embers, and that would release a nice bit of heat. No flames, just heat, no smoke, and that was perfect really. I think that's what I'll be doing for this winter, is just taking a bucket of embers into the tent and making sure it's safe to do so. As you can see, the little lamp hasn't chewed up any oil yet. The wick isn't long enough to reach the bottom, so it will go out nearly at the end of it. The wick never falls through, it just goes out. But there we go. I mean, this morning things have taken a long time to get going, under 150 just at this entrance here. So, you know, that's only just cookable really. In there obviously it's a lot warmer. Oh yeah, and I mentioned a fossil in my introduction, and this is it. It had me guessing. The other side is much nicer. As to what it was, and I was thinking all kinds of things, like, you know, could this be an early form of fossilized alien, even perhaps 200, 300,000 years old, I don't know. So I took it to my dad, who showed him that. Turns out he's a paleontologist, and he said it's a cockle. Well, my dreams were dashed in an instant, as I reckon that he's probably right. Disappointed as I was, it's still quite a nice find. It's probably, I don't know the age of these things, but I think 10,000 years is a good estimate for something to be solidified in this way. But you can see there it would be the shape of a shell. Because there it's all there, and that's like that. So I would appreciate anybody who knows anything about this kind of thing to tell me what it is. But I think it's a seashell, definitely. I think my dad hit the nail on the head. He said it was a cockle, which, well, I'm still pleased with it anyway. Whatever it is, I shall probably polish it up and make a little pendant out of it or something, because this is the first fossil I've found. It was in amongst the clay that I've been working with, so I just wish I'd have found all of it. There we go. Could be some sort of oyster. No, not in the sea. I don't know. Well, there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves out there in that cold.